Alright, who's ready for some extras? I did this entire Let's Play in a day, so, you know. I love this game. I just wish that the Hail to the King on PS1 was better than what it is. I'm sure there's gotta be some redeeming qualities in it, but... I don't even know what juiced it. Oh, it's probably a racing game. Alright, extra one. Bruce discusses games in rehab.
I did a film with Matthew Perry called Serving Sarah, the hilarious Serving Sarah. And we were walking to the set, and he goes, you know, that Evil Dead game sucks. I went, oh, wait a second. First of all, stop right there. I didn't even know you played this game. He goes, yeah, I got the game. And so I keep talking. I go, so did you get all the way through the game? He goes, well, no. I went, well, that's interesting, Matthew. Maybe it's not the game that sucks. Maybe you suck. And he went into rehab the next day. So these games are very powerful.
It's progressing on its own, I'm not clicking anything. I wonder which Evil Dead game. It had to be Fistful Boomstick, right? Had to have been. Nobody played Hail to the King. I have it sitting behind me. It's rough.
This particular game, we have the introduction of a new character, Sam. And he's a little runt, and he's a demon. He's a deadite. So obviously Ash and Sam don't really see eye to eye because Ash is 4 feet taller. But philosophically, they don't either because one is dead and one is alive. But Sam is pretty handy because you can get that witty banter going. The good cop, bad cop. You're an idiot. No, you're an idiot. So it's like 48 hours with a chainsaw. Sam provides the opportunity for Ash not only to torment and punish him, is he can use him as a guinea pig. Of like, you go in there. You're already dead. Get in there and check it out. So he's a very handy tool for the gamer. Because the solitary thing can get old after a while because you got Ash walking around going, a box of shells. But at least now you can go, hey, Sam, what is that? A box of shells, you idiot. See how useful that was?
These are great. I don't think I ever watched them before. I know I didn't find them all the first time I played. That's for sure. I mean, like, the whole Nether Realm, whatever, just looks like it would be a cool metal cover. I like it.
I've even done a video game, a voice for a video game that never came out because by the time we were done, it was a completely outmoded platform. They were like, we don't do that anymore. Bye. I went, well, that was a waste of recording, but you just do what you can. So hopefully this one will be groovalicious.
Alright, I want everybody, everywhere, to start saying groovalicious. From now on. That's... Yes. Yes. Yes.
You know, I bet you'd be some kind of knockout if you traded in the granny wear for a bra that pushed up your yams. You know, I bet you'd be some kind of a knockout if you traded in the granny wear for a bra that pushed up your tatas. How insensitive.
Okay. Yeah, talk a little more like that. Okay. Yeah. I understand. Yeah, Stark. You're looking a little unsightly. Is he too fruitcakey or is he okay there? He's talking about me, hero. Okay. Bad first impression. Reality check.
That's it.
You,
We are there.
I'm sorry.
We are there. That's it.
Oh, that's it. Okay, fine.
Since the 25th anniversary of Evil Dead is coming up, which is shocking and horrifying at the same time, beautiful yet horrifying, the plan is to attempt some form of documentary of like, where are they now? So I think it'll be some fun clips of some of the actresses who really were the scream queens. They're soccer moms now. So, Ellen Sandweiss, who was raped by a tree, her kids are, regular old kids going to school.
Did that ever happen? I don't know if that happened.
It's kind of the fundamental difference between the Evil Dead series and, Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th, that there's only one good guy, and that's Ash. All the other heroes who have endured for some reason are the bad guys. So maybe it's time for Ash to kick their little butts.
And thus the comic books were born. And I don't have all the comic books, but I have a couple issues of Ash versus Freddy versus Jason. It's interesting, we'll say. I mean, Evil Dead's great. Well, that never happened. Love Evil Dead. It's great. The new ones, I mean, obviously, Ash isn't there, and they're a little more spooky. But, I mean, you get the same kind of
The rumor of
feel.
Jason versus Freddy versus Ash is currently a pretty hot one. That one's buzzing around the internet. It's tearing it up on the internet. And that rumor, I have to say, is partially true. But you got to look at it this way. There's 3 franchises. So you got 3 batches of lawyers going, "Arr, arr, arr, arr." So right now they're sort of yelling at each other, going, "No, we're worth more. No, you suck. We're better. We're the better franchise." I guess I could just say this. They're in discussions right now. They're also trying to, have peace in the Middle East too.
So they settle on comics.
You usually get a script about that thick for video games because you have to be electrocuted, you have to, by death by strangulation, you fall off a cliff. So you have to record all the ways that you would die in the event that you would die that way. So there's a lot stored up. So if you ever want to hear the really fun stuff with these video games, just go into a corner and do something stupid for about 10 minutes, and you'll get yelled at.
As much as I want to go start up the game, stand in a corner for 10 minutes, that's a long time to wait for something to happen. No. Well, that would have been a cool level. Why is it always like the concept art is always so much better than what the finished product looks like? And maybe so much better isn't, but there's usually like a couple ones in there that you're like, man, that would have been great. Why didn't they do that?
It's interesting. Regular voiceover sessions, you show up, you do your thing, next on Fox, and then you're out of there. With video games, it's weird because you have to record extra stuff that the gamer might never even do. Like if he just goes up to a window and goes, eventually, Ash will say, "There's nothing there." I finally going to direct my first film, a tender love story called Man with the Screaming Brain. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. About a businessman who winds up being a guinea pig for a horrible experiment over in Europe. So we're going to shoot that in Bulgaria. That's where they shoot movies now, because New Zealand is full. They're done. So now we're in Bulgaria. We'll be in Bratislava next. I don't know. And in your backyard after that.
I never actually saw that one.
germs these brats are packing. Syphilis, polio, rabies, gingivitis. Little petri dishes with fur teeth, for freak's sake. I'd rather suck face with a sewage pipe with tongue than either be in the same zip code as one of this disease-ridden monster tanks.
The truth to the rumor of Evil Dead 4. Well, the real trick there is to call Sam Raimi on the phone and convince him to do Evil Dead 4 instead of Spider-Man 2. Well, that's a tough one. Sam, I hope you'll be able to make that decision. In the first Spider-Man, as you recall, I named the character. Without my character in the movie, without the ring announcer, that movie would have been called The Human Spider. Let's just get it out there, okay? In part 2, I can't tell you much for legal reasons. My character defeats Spider-Man. Sam, I didn't say any more. See? It's pretty good. He defeats Spider-Man. Wow. Part 3, I become Spider-Man. Because Toby ain't going to do it.
I don't remember much of Spider-Man 2. Huh. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch that one, I guess. There you go. We unlocked all those things. A snapshot in time there. For when this game came out. When did this game come out? Does it say on here? No? No, it doesn't. We can look it up real quick. Evil Dead. I know we didn't watch the extras on Fistful, but it came out in 2005. September. There was a PC version? Apparently there was a PC version. Which seems weird. Huh. Anyway, in Fistful of Boomstick, Bruce Campbell says this is the best thing we're gonna get to a, like in one of the extras, he says it's the best thing we're gonna get to Evil Dead 4. And then they made this game, I guess, which was closer to like what an Evil Dead 4 would be. And then we got the remake, and then that did really well, and they were like, hey, then they were going to do an Evil Dead 2 where Ash shows up. Instead, they made the show, which was amazing, and then they canceled the show for reasons. So now we have Rise, and Rise was pretty great. You should check Rise out if you haven't already. What are you doing? What are you doing? So Rise did really, really well. So hopefully we'll get Evil Dead. I don't even know what they would call it, because they changed the conventions with Rise. Fall, maybe? As they rise and then they fall. The end? I don't know. Thinking maybe they can do 2 more movies. And you have to see Rise to understand why I would say 2 more movies instead of just a 3rd movie. But that's the hope. I mean, they could probably wrap it all up in one, but if they wanted to keep that hour and a half time frame, 2 movies. 2 more movies. You don't need a movie longer than an hour and a half. If it's longer than an hour and a half, you're wasting time. What are you doing? What are you doing? Thanks for watching, guys. When we come back, I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe we'll play the new Evil Dead game, because there is a new Evil Dead game. So, that has pretty graphics, and it's on Epic, and it was free on Epic for a little bit. If you didn't get it, go pick it up. It's Evil Dead.